Hi, it's Harold Edwards once again for ELI 806. For our current event this week, we talked about the codes of ethics. Now, in this country, one of our most highest officers of esteem is the President of the United States. He is responsible, and he's the figurehead for a lot of beliefs that we hold dear, including the moral authority. Now, Jussie Smollett has been the talk of the news for the past maybe month and a half. Okay, from the attack to the proving of it fraudulent and to his ultimate acquittal this week. And our president this morning, I was going to choose another article, but our president this morning, he wanted to suggest a FBI probe of Jussie Smollett's acquittal into the case, partly because the motivation, according to the original accusation, were that these were Trump supporters. Now, I'm all for the FBI and use to solve crime. And I'm rooting for the president because that's like I tell my students, wishing something bad on the president is like riding on the bus and wishing bad something on your bus driver. So I get that too. But my whole thing with the code of ethics and the codes of behavior is we talk about prioritization. First of all, responsibility is something that Bustin in chapter 3 talked about as his 7 levels of accountability. And one of the things about being responsible is prioritization. And what are we prioritizing, really? I'm a proud citizen of the Florida Panhandle. Hurricane Michael hit us about 5 months ago. And in the small rural towns between Tallahassee and Panama City, a lot of people still don't have homes to go to. But many of them aren't getting the federal aid that they need. The town of Flint has not had clean water or infrastructure for 4 years to have clean water. Only 35% of police officers who kill innocent bystanders are getting prosecuted for manslaughter. And this is something that deserves the FBI's attention. Not a splash story. A lot of the schools that are underfunded by federal grants. These are things, it seems like the things that needs to be prioritized are often winked at. And at an office to which should be the largest and the most exemplary example of leadership. This is not a partisan thing I'm doing. Because our thing is about accountability in leadership. And why can't we start at the highest level in our land? It's accountability to make sure that workers get their money. It's accountability to take a couple of million and clean up Flint's water instead of trying to make a national emergency for $1 billion for a wall that by the end will take only 54 seconds off someone's time to cross the border. These are all things that is codes of ethics and leadership. There should be a code of ethics in how we use resources. There should be codes of ethics in how we do things in all of our laws. And so that's why one of the reasons why I chose this article, because at the end of the day, our government has to be held accountable to what they spend money on and how ethical are their pursuits. Whether Jussie Smollett lied or not lied does not affect anybody but Jussie Smollett. Clean water for Flint, Michigan affects millions of, well, there are at least 300,000 people and future generations to come. The Panhandle is a couple of 100,000 people without proper things that they need. And prioritization is one of the top things effective leaders do. And being responsible is a tenet that we were taught this week with Bustin'. So this is why I chose this article. Again, you know, I'm not trying to offend anyone. This is strictly about what we've learned about accountability and leadership. Have a great day. See you next week.